What's good, Green Thumbs? John Moody here, and this is the Johnny Learns Gardening YouTube channel. Welcome back to another episode of the worm bin updates. So I'm going to start looking at some bins. It's been a while. Let's do it. All right. The last time I made a video about the worm bins was June 28th. Today is September 27th. So it's been a minute. I have since been adding little things here and there to the worm bins. Table scraps, food scraps, garden scraps. The neighbor gave me some watermelon rinds, so I have not messed with it at all since I've added these things. I didn't give it any stirs, and yeah, I don't know what to expect when I open these lids. But first, let's talk about what my plans are. So when I put this bed together, sister-in-law, thank you for giving me all these bricks. I was in a rush and I didn't do things properly. So I figured having some in-garden worm bins would really help it out. And this bed has performed very well, actually. But I had no intentions of leaving these in here. In fact, my last weekly garden update, I talked about this bucket. This is the bucket that I made to keep in this bed. I hollowed out the bottom, or cut out the bottom, so that the worms have better access. And the bottoms of these are just holes that I drilled, so not very much access. So anyway, once I remove these, I'm going to have to fill the void. So I'm going to go ahead and shout out AJ's Green Topics. If you see this video and you know the answers to my questions, hit me up. But anyway, last year I bought worms from Uncle Jim's Worm Farm. And then over the winter, I brought my worm tower inside. And just from a couple of months of being outside, I also brought in fruit flies and things like that, or gnats or whatever. So I did not want to purchase any more worms, and I was just going to allow nature to take its course. So having these in-garden worm bins, I feel like they would attract some worms, and I feel like whatever the worms ate out of them, they would also leave their cocoons. So again, I have not been in there. I'm assuming that there are some cocoons in there. At least I'm hoping so. So let's take a look. We'll go ahead and call this door number 1. We'll remove that. We'll get this out of the way and then remove this. Gross. So yes, all of the scraps have been broken down. This is really empty. Do I really want to give it a stir? I got the gloves. I was trying to prepare for it, but I really don't want to touch it. Plus, it's too far down and it's hard to hold the camera. It's dry, tough. I think I just need to add some water. But, I mean, it's good compost. I can't necessarily say that it's worm castings. There is a difference. All right, let's move on. So this is door number 2. Let's take a look. Probably the same thing. Oh, I added some corn husks in there. So that has dried out. Very, very, very dry. Yeah. All this is really dry. So we haven't been getting very much rain. I do come out and water my garden frequently, but obviously the moisture and water can't really get in here very well. So I'm going to have to go ahead and moisten all this up. Lastly, door number 3. All right, let's see what we got going on. more of the same. I put some corn husks in there. Looks really dry. I'm not even going to worry about stirring it because it's all kind of tough. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and moisturize all this stuff. All right, here we are back at door number 1. So this is harvested water. I don't even want to call it all rainwater because it was just an open bucket over by the compost. So when I'm watering things, it's from the hose, but it at least has been out long enough for the chlorine to dissipate. Here's door number 2. All right, that's it out of this bucket. Here we are at door number 3 with a different bucket. Sorry, the sun is really bright, so I'm down here underneath the willow tree for some shade. But yeah, anyway, that is what's going on with my worm bins. That's all I have for now. My plan is to take them out of the garden bed and to make a new worm tower in hopes that keeping them out here through the season would have attracted some worms and they would leave their cocoons and I would have brand new worms for next season. So that is my question to you, AJ from AJ's Green Topics. Anyone else that knows about worms and worm farming and worm bins and vermicomposting and all that stuff? Is that possible? Is that a thing? Or am I going to have to buy some more worms? Anyway, that is all for today. Thank you all very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, click, and share. Like, click, and share. Like and share. And yeah, until next time, take care now. Bye bye then.